students, welcome to once again to those classes, and in this video I am going to explain you the Coulomb's law in vector form. Okay, how I can write Coulomb's law in vector form, very important question in 1 marks it comes, and whether Coulomb's law obey Newton's third law or not, that's the 2 marks question we are going to discuss this topic. Okay, now let's see. I have 2 point charges, stationary point charges plus Q1 and plus Q2. What I have? I have 2 point charges plus Q1 and plus Q2 separated at a distance R between them. Okay, so I have to write down, suppose we have 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 placed at a distance R between them, and they are placed in vacuum. Okay, suppose we have 2 point charges Q1 and Q2 placed at a distance R between them. R is the distance between them. They are placed in vacuum, and important thing, these 2 charges are at rest. Okay, let's see how I can write down Coulomb's law in vector form. Suppose on point charge first Q1, on Q1 I have write down the force F12. What is the meaning of this one? F12 with a vector sign. It means force exerted by point charge Q2 on point charge Q1. Okay, the direction of force, you see, it is away. It means there is a force of repulsion. It means that charge Q2 is going to repel charge Q1. In the same manner, F21, that is the force exerted by point charge Q1 on point charge Q2. Okay, so the same property, the basic property, like charges repel each other. So you can observe here that the Q2 will apply a force of repulsion on Q1, F12, that is force exerted by point charge Q2 on charge Q1. In the same manner, the Q1 will also exert a force on Q2, and that has been mentioned, F21, force exerted by point charge Q1 on point charge Q2 on point charge Q2. Okay, so let's see. I have to write down F12. F12, that is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square, and I write down here R21 cap. What is this R21 cap? Actually, this R21 cap, where R21 cap, that is unit vector, which is leading from point charge Q2 to point charge Q1. So I have introduced new thing here, that is R21 cap. Actually what is this one? This is the unit vector leading from charge Q2 to Q1. Here I have mentioned. What is the unit vector? The unit vector, actually a unit vector is the vector with unit magnitude with a direction. You have studied also in 11th class. In the same manner, I can write down F21. It is the force exerted on charge इसको सही करना, एक मिनट, exerted by point charge Q1. Force exerted by point charge Q1 on point charge Q2, that is F21. In the same manner, I can write it here as it is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square, and here the unit vector comes out to be R12 cap. So once again here, what is R12? Where R12 cap, that is equal to unit vector which is leading from point charge Q1 to point charge Q2. So in vector form, what I have write down, you have to mention the which force has been experienced by which charge. When I write down F12, it means force exerted by point charge Q2 on charge Q1, that you can see that is away. When I write F21, it means force exerted by Q1, this Q1 on Q2, that is also away. So they are separated. That's why they are going to repel each other. Okay. When I write down them in terms of vector, I introduce unit vector. Unit vector is the vector which has unit magnitude but direction. Okay. So here direction has been mentioned. R12 Q2 to Q1, this is the direction, that is the R21. Here F21, that is the direction of R12 cap, unit vector. But according to vector, in 11th class you have studied these two vectors you can write down, but from diagram R12 cap is equal to minus R21. Actually their directions are reversed, but magnitude is unit. That's why I can write down R12 is equal to minus R21. So I am going to put the value of R12 in F21, and let's see what result I am going to get. F21 vector, that comes out to be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 R square, and at the place of R12 I write down minus R21 cap. It implies that, or it is equal to, once again, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 R square R21 cap, but here the negative sign. And what this quantity is, this is equal to F12. So I can write down F21 is equal to minus F12. So what I observe here, I observe that to every action, there is a Newton's third law, there is equal and opposite reaction. So that's why Coulomb's law obey Newton's third law. Actually, what is this one? This is Newton's third law. So very important question, whether Coulomb's law over Newton's third law. So I have proved that that Coulomb's law over Newton's third law. Once again going to summarize this one. Let's see how I can write the Coulomb's law in vector form. Suppose I have two vectors I have 2 point charges q1 and q2. These 2 point charges are of same nature. Suppose they are positively charged. They are at rest. They are placed in vacuum. And the distance between these 2 point charges is r. Okay, what will happen? The charge q2 will exert a force of repulsion on q1, that is mentioned as F12. I have write down here F12, force exerted by q2 on q1. In the same manner, the charge q1 will also exert a force on point charge q2, that is denoted by F21. Force exerted by point charge q1 on point charge q2, direction is away from this one, that's why they are going to repel each other. So these two are the vector forms. Here I have introduced unit vector and I have explained unit vector is the vector which has unit magnitude but a definite direction. So r21 cap, that is the unit vector leading from point charge q2 to q1. Here I have shown it here, you can observe that one, r21, that is r21. In F21 I have write down 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 upon r square, the unit vector r12 cap. 1 2 cap, you can observe here, this is the unit vector leading from point charge q1 to q2. So these two are the vector form. Okay, and I have also proved the Newton's third law. I have also proved that Coulomb's law obey Newton's third law. Let's see how. We know that unit vector r12 cap is equal to minus r21 cap. I place the value of r12 and that is equal to minus r21 cap here in expression f21. I get this expression and this is equal to minus f12. So I have observed that f21 is equal to minus f12. It means force exerted by point charge q1 on q2 is equal to negative of the force exerted by point charge q2 on charge q1. So therefore we observe that Coulomb's law obey Newton's third law. Thank you very much.